Hello everyone. Okay, we are on part 3 of the Pythagorean theorem, and today we are just going to be working on applications. So real world, what would it look like to solve a problem using Pythagorean theorem? All right, as just a reminder, the equation is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the legs, and c is always the triangle's hypotenuse, or it's the longest side of the right triangle. Okay, so we finished through here. Now we are on the bottom of the back page of your notes. And okay, let's read this here. It says a ladder is placed 6 feet from the wall. If the ladder is 8 feet long, how far up the wall will the ladder reach? Okay, so in reviewing how to solve word problems, one of the things that I think I've taught you is that drawing a picture, and in this case, especially since we're dealing with triangles, would probably help put this in perspective and help you identify where your right angle is and where your legs are and where your hypotenuse is, okay? We see this particular type of example quite a lot, actually, and you'll probably see it on your homework as well. So let's look at this equation again, or this word problem again, and let's highlight some of the things that are important. Well, first of all, we have a oops, nope, I was hoping I was highlighting that. Hold on, guys. All right, so we have a ladder. Okay, so that's part of the drawing that needs to be happening here. We have a wall, right? All right, well, a ladder is placed 6 feet from the wall. Again, 6 feet from the wall. If you want to underline instead of highlight like I'm doing it, that's fine. If you want to highlight, go ahead, grab a highlighter or something to help you do that, or a colored pen or something like that. All right, and then it says the ladder itself is 8 feet long. Okay, how far up the wall will the ladder reach? Okay, well, I know that there's a triangle involved in here somewhere because I have a wall. Oops, oh my goodness. I don't want that, that's a pretty wall, but I just want a plain basic wall. Okay, so here's a wall, right? Or the side of a building, either one. And then usually what happens is I lean my ladder against the wall, right? Which means this part right here on the bottom is usually the ground. They don't always say it in the word problem, but you can assume that that bottom part is the ground. And our right angle is going to be against this wall right here. Okay, so let's label our pieces here. That's our right angle. So I've got my wall, I have the ground, and I've got my ladder. You know what, if you want to make like a little, this is your ladder, right? It's leaning against the wall. I like to draw little pictures like that. Okay, now it's saying that the ladder is 6 feet from the wall. So what they're talking about here is they're talking about this right here, okay? So this is gonna be our 6 feet, okay? And then the ladder itself is 8 feet long. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, that's definitely C, and that's 8 feet long. So the question is how far up the wall will the ladder reach? Well, we don't know. This is a big question mark. How far? So I'm looking at A, the ground is B, and the ladder is C. So now that we know which parts of our triangle are what from our word problem, we can go ahead and put those into our a squared plus b squared is c squared. So I don't know what a is, so I'm going to leave it as a squared plus, well, we're 6 feet from the wall, and our ladder, which we know is c, it's the longest thing, is 8 feet squared. All right, well, let's plug in our numbers. A squared plus, well, if you type in 6 times 6 into your calculator, or 6 caret 2, you will get 36. And then when I'm looking at this, I go, ooh, 8 times 8 is 64. Now, remembering our multi-step equation, I'm going to subtract 36 from both sides of the equal sign. Remember, we're going to go from one side to the other. These cancel out. I'm left with a squared is equal to 28. Well, off the top of my head, I know that this is not a perfect square root, and that we're gonna have to split things out. So remember, our steps, we're gonna square root both sides, and I'm gonna go ahead and split this out. So this is gonna be 2 and 14, 2 and 7. I have a pair right here. So I know that 2 goes on the outside and 7 is on the inside. This is my A and A, so I know I just get A, right? So A is equal to 2 square root 7. Now you're gonna make sure you write feet, okay? So that's how tall it is away from the wall. And this is 2.7 feet. You can write, not away, but up the wall is how far your ladder will reach, okay? So when you are looking at word problems today, make sure that you are drawing this picture. Super important, okay? Draw a picture and then label it, okay? That is going to be your best way to solving Pythagorean and using Pythagorean theorem. Okay, that's it for notes for today. Go ahead and grab the homework and get started.